With another Detroit win last night, the Sox needed a win of their own to keep pace in the division race. And with their game tied at 2, late, it was Alex Rios who delivered. There's a shot. Got into the corner. Here's a throw to the plate. Save! Alex in the third. Sox lead at 3-2. Yes! And with that victory, the Sox are now in position to win their 4th series this month. It's a rubber match. Sox and Rangers next. From the city beautiful Chicago, Illinois, Comcast Sportsnet presents White Sox baseball. As Paul Konerko, Alex Rios, Gavin Floyd, and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Michael Young and the defending American League champion Texas Rangers. Hi, everybody, and welcome. With Steve Stone, I'm Ken Harrelson. We get set to bring you the finale of this 3-game set, and it will be the rubber match. Texas took the opener by a score of 7-4 with some long home runs. And last night, Sox won it 3-2. Big double by Alex Rios. Johnny Danks pitched well, but did not pick up the victory. So the Sox come in 1 game under 500, 5 games back of the Tigers. And this afternoon, Gavin Floyd.
Last time out, Gavin Floyd did not have a good day against the Cleveland Indians. But by and large, he's thrown very well over the last 6 weeks. And hopefully he can keep the ball over early, get the curveball working, and throw the slider as he has been. And then he's going to be in pretty good shape. Derek Holland, one of 5 Rangers starters in double figures. He's 11-4. Gavin, 10-10. Holland is a guy that has a higher ERA than most of the starters, and so we should be able to get to him today. And taking 2 of 3 from this team, the team that's leading the West, would be quite a coup.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
White Sox baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. 75 years being right here in Illinois means no one's closer to your wellness. Experience wellness everywhere. Subway. Every day at Subway. Choose from many delicious regular footlong subs for just $5. Subway. Eat fresh. Honda. Visit your local Honda dealer today or go to shophonda.com and find great values on a new Honda. AT&T Uverse. Find out more of what's possible at att.com. AT&T. Rethink possible. And by United. Proud to fly the Chicago White Sox.
friends at Walgreens who helped sponsor today's game. Walgreens handed out to the first 10,000 fans a Walk with Walgreens kit. The kit includes a pedometer, logbook, and drawstring bag. This is part of the ongoing way to well commitment Walgreens has dedicated to help people to get on the path to better health by promoting prevention and early detection of serious health concerns. To learn more about this great program, go to www.walgreens.com/walk. It's a beautiful day for baseball, 76 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. As the Sox trying to take 2 of 3 from the Texas Rangers. And we'll take a look at how Ron Washington is going to line up his Rangers today. You'll notice Josh Hamilton is not in the lineup. Ian Kinsler leads off, and it's Andrews, Young, Napoli, Cruz, Mitch Moreland, Torrealba, Murphy, and Endy Chavez playing center field and hitting ninth. The degree defensive setup, and on the lineup behind Gavin Floyd is Pierre Rios and Diaz left to right with Morel, Ramirez, Beckham, and Lillibridge. Tyler Flowers gets a nod behind the plate, and the Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher. Gavin Floyd looking for win number 11 in this his 24th start. This is a big one to win. Detroit is already leading Cleveland 7-0. That game in the bottom of the third inning as Ubaldo Jimenez has gotten hammered. So the Sox have thrown the ball around the infield. We're ready to play baseball and ready to take the third of a 3-game series. And I'll throw it over to my play-by-play partner, Ken Harrelson.
Hi, Steve. Thank you very much. And once again, it's a beautiful day for a win. And welcome to White Sox baseball right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Finale of this 3-game set and finale of this 9-game homestand. So Ian Kinsler gets set to lead it off. Hitting at 246, 20 homers, and 58 driven in. Takes first pitch ball. He's 4 for 9 in this series with a couple of homers, both of those coming last night in the first inning and in his second at bat. There's the strike and the count 1-1. And here at beautiful US Cellular Field, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps and 400 straightaway center. Two and 1 to count.
Gavin is trying to stay away from Kinsler with everything. And we'll see how that works out.
Rangers come in hitting at 278 as a club with a 3.69 ERA. There's about a 56-footer.
This would be the last guy you'd want to walk because he is their most proficient base stealer.
Outfield just about equidistant. Spread out slightly to the left. And that ball into left center field. So 1 down. And this is the 8th meeting of the year. 8th and final meeting of the year between these two teams. In the first 7, we have won 3. So 1 out, and that'll bring up their very talented 22-year-old shortstop, Elvis Andrus.
You have to watch the bunt with Andrus because he does have good speed.
Well, even with a bag. And he takes strike 1.
The umpires for the game today: Marty Foster behind the plate, Bill Welke is at first, Jeff Nelson is at second, and Vic Carapazzi is at third.
1-1 to count. Andrus with 32 stolen bases and 39 attempts. And the count 1-2. Michael Young on deck. Rangers come in at 34 and 31 on the road, while at home they are 39 and 23. Two balls, 2 strikes. Boy, just a beautiful day here in the city. Beautiful. Wow.
Not much humidity and bright sunshine.
Full count. Don't want to walk him. Other action will show. Steve told you 7-0 Tigers. Yankees hitting in the top of the first at Minnesota. Boston at Kansas City. Milwaukee at New York take on the Mets. And that's the foul ball. Arizona down in Georgia against the Braves. Pittsburgh hosting Cincinnati. Philadelphia, Washington. Seattle taking on Tampa Bay down in Florida. Houston. They're hitting in the bottom of the first. No score as they host the Giants. Dodgers taking on the Rockies in Denver. Baltimore at L.A. Angels, the Big A. Florida at San Diego. And that ball hit well into right center field. But can of corn. So 2 down.
Houston is making life miserable for San Francisco, who's trying to catch Arizona in the West. Quietly, the Astros have won 4 in a row.
And the last 2 games, Toronto at Oakland and the Cardinals taking on the Cubs tonight. So here's Young hitting at .339, 10 homers. He's driven in 85. 1 for 7 in the series. Takes first pitch strike. Lifetime against Gavin. 4 for 12, and all 4 have stayed in the park.
Whole series they've been playing Michael Young around toward right center field.
And that's where you've got to play him. Predominantly an off-field hitter.
Pan around, we show you the defense. You'll see where Rios sets up.
Beckham. Got him. What a play by Beckham. Mercy. Boy, he has some range, and thank goodness he's got that shortstop arm. Meanwhile, 1-2-3 after half inning of play. It's Texas 0, and the good guys coming to bat.
Juan Pierre leading it off. Then Lillibridge, who scored the winning run last night, hitting second. Then it's Pinerco, the DH again, with Rios, Ramirez, Flowers, Diaza, Morel, and Gordon Beckham, who made that sparkling play to end the first inning. The degree defensive setup, and now they'll line up behind Holland, Murphy, Chavez, and Cruz left to right. Young, Andrews, Kinsler, and Moreland, with Napoli behind the plate. And the Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher is Derek Holland. Pretty impressive numbers so far, but his last 8 starts, he's 5-0 with an ERA just over 2.5, so he seems to be getting better.
And before we show you our picks to click you at home, select yours. Juan Pierre hitting at .283. Takes ball 1. He's 2 for 7 in the series. Sox come in hitting at .253 as a club with a 3.82 ERA. 2-0 the count. 1-1 the count. He fouled that one. And it's 2 balls and a strike. In that Detroit game, Delvin Young hit a 3-run homer off Jimenez, and that ball hit into left field. Murphy. And that's out number 1. And let's take another look at that terrific play by Beckham.
It's hard to believe he got to it, and having gotten to it, it's hard to believe he got enough to get it there, but he did. Call by Bill Welke. No argument, as he nipped him by maybe a quarter of a step. Great play by Gordon Beckham.
So here's Lillibridge. Takes first pitch strike. And he takes strike 2. Lillibridge hitting at .253, 10 homers and 22 knocked in.
Holland was selected in the 25th round of the June 2006 free agent draft. That's a lot of mileage for a 25th rounder.
More of a slinger, but he swings it well. And the 1-2 pitch. Hit hard, but foul. Right size, wrong shape. But also, Victor Martinez hit a 2-run homer in that game off Jimenez. Right there, 2 down. And fans can bid right now on 6 unique one-of-a-kind premium baskets assembled by the White Sox wives. All proceeds benefit Chicago White Sox charities. So visit whitesox.com/baskets right now for a full description of all 6 items and to place your bid. Bidding closes at 3 p.m. today. So here's Paulie. Paulie at .316, 28 homers and 84 driven in. And there's a base hit.
First ball fastball. He keeps it away. And Paul does what he's been doing all year. Takes what the pitcher gives him. Keeps that batting average in the 3 teens. And does it by going the opposite way.
Well, if there's one way over all the years that I've been in this game, there's one way to attack left-handed pitching. It's right-handed for right-handed hitters. You got to try to beat them to right and right center. You back off the plate, take that slider away from them, and now you get yourself a good plan. As there's a chopper, hits the cut of the grass, but it's going to stay fair, and that'll be a base hit for Rios. And last night in the 8th inning, in a 2-2 tie, with Lillibridge aboard running for Konerko.
Lillibridge running on the pitch. Jeff Cox never hesitates, sends him, he beats the play. And that, folks, with some fine work out of the bullpen, is a winning run.
So here's Alexei. Hitting at .263, 13 homers and 53 driven in. Drops a hook on him.
What makes Holland a little different than most left-handers is he likes to go inside on the right-hand hitters.
Backs that up with a fastball at 95, so the count 0-2.
Now, Napoli wanted that ball inside. Holland missed with it. But he got the strike.
Holland, 24 years old, 6'2", 195 pounds, out of Surprise, Arizona. As that pitch fouled into the upper tank right side. And right now, let's check out our picks to click. Jim and Joe, our director and the crew, went with Juan Pierre. Steve's going with Tyler Flowers and George Thomas, my good friend out in Elkhart, Indiana. We're going to go with Alex Rios. Got him. So we have a mild 2-out threat. Can't score after one. Nada. Bids now for some of our favorite things in this basket, which includes a Tommy Bahama shirt, cigars,
yes,
designer sunglasses,
and
Comcast Sportsnet gear, White Sox, Titleist golf balls, and more. Opening bid is $250. A lot of good stuff in here. Bull Durham and Field of Dreams.
A couple of autographed baseballs.
Yeah. And I believe there are a couple other things going in here that we don't have right now. But put your bids in because they stop at 3 p.m. this afternoon. Top of the second inning, no score. It'll be Mike Napoli, Nelson Cruz, and Mitch Moreland face Gavin Floyd. Gavin 0-1 this year against Texas and 1-3 lifetime. Napoli at .294, 20 homers and 50 knocked in. Very strong man. Takes first pitch strike.
Like Gavin throwing that cutter on the first pitch, because if a hitter sees it spinning at all, most likely he's not going after it.
One and one to count. Outfield equidistant, straight up, spread out, as he could not check it up, and the count moves to 1-2. He did not go.
Nice stop by Tyler Flowers, but to no avail, as the appeal to Bill Welke said nope. He stays alive.
'29-year-old catcher, first baseman, DH. Last year with the Angels. off the end of the bat, but gets through. He just muscles it through the infield. So the leadoff man aboard.
Napoli, who did have 1 for 4 last night, this time gets a high fastball and hits it hard enough to get it by a diving Alexi.
And here's another strong man, Nelson Cruz. Hitting at .264, 26 homers and 78 driven in. Our outfield does not move around a bunch. They play almost everybody the same. Just did get a piece of that one. So the count evens at 1.
Cruz has really expanded his strike zone in this series. And mostly it's been away and well off the plate.
Curveball strike and the count 1-2. Napoli 2 for 4 in stolen bases. Cleveland's put a couple on the board, still hitting top of the 4th, trailing the Tigers 7-2. Tigers trying to sweep the Indians. He gone.
That's that expanded strike zone we were talking about.
First strikeout for Gavin and his 112th on the season.
You saw on our Bank of America pitch tracks, almost that entire at bat was spent out of the strike zone, and yet Cruz goes down on strikes easily.
That'll bring up a dangerous hitter, Mitch Moreland. 4 for 8 in the series with 2 homers, both those coming in game 1. A 3-run shot and a 2-run blast.
Rick Porcello has allowed Cleveland to get back into that one. It's now 7-4.
Takes strike 1, does Moreland. Got him picked off in the ball. Lillibridge took his eye off of it. Now he's going to go to third base. Here's the throw.
Well, Napoli was running on first move. Brent Lillibridge was thinking about throwing to second base.
What happens like that, especially with an inexperienced first baseman, is he tries to do too much too quick. You got time to go ahead and make the catch and then make the throw. So now the infield comes in.
Moreland has shown us that he can hit the ball all around the field and uses it all.
One and one to count. So Texas catches a big break there on the error by Lillibridge.
Tyler's going to have to be on his toes. Gavin leads the staff in wild pitches with 8.
That curveball. That's a selection of choice right there.
And not many times you really go after a hitter with one thing in mind, and that's a strikeout. But this is one of those times where Gavin needs one. He doesn't need any contact here.
If he gets that curveball down and in, or that slider down and in, he gone. Check swing, he gone. High fastball. Hard high, slow low.
Big strikeout for Gavin Floyd. cannot check his swing. And for the moment, Napoli stays at third.
Here's Torrealba. Jorvit hitting it .279, 4 homers and 29 driven in. 0 for 5 in this series. Oh, and 1 to count.
Torrealba struck out looking to end the ball game last night. It was a fastball that he took.
Can't get that one in the count. 0-2. Well, Porcello is gone. Velo is on.
Sometimes that 7-0 lead is just not enough to get you through 4.
That's up high. 1-2 to count to the 33-year-old veteran.
Most likely another breaking ball down will end it. Tyler Flowers has to make sure, if he does call it, that he smothers it.
There's a curveball over the inside corner. Torrealba doesn't like it. Meanwhile, he pitches over the error. And after an inning and a half, no score.
$1.89.
Well, our beloved Southpaw has his own basket, which includes a Southpaw pillow pet, T-shirt, Southpaw plush doll, and bobblehead, DVDs, a White Sox checkers game, a certificate for an in-game seat visit with Southpaw, and more. Opening bid is $250, so visit whitesox.com/baskets and do it now for a full description of all 6 items and to place your bid, because bidding closes at 3 p.m. today. And what Steve and I just discussed during the break here is that since we auctioned off dinner with Steve and myself last night, and this is White Sox Charities Auction Week, we're going to do it again this afternoon for that with that basket. We will have dinner with the winners of the bid. Also 4 good seats here at the ball game for that particular night. So get your bids in. That bid last night for dinner was $4,500, was it?
It was, I think, in the neighborhood of that. It was certainly a tremendous amount of money.
And all going to White Sox charities. That ball hit into right field. Back on the track. So Tyler is retired. And that'll bring up Alejandro De Aza. So you'll get the basket full of those goodies. And you'll have dinner with Steve and I here at the ballpark. And you'll get the 4 seats, good seats, behind the screen. Corners in close for De Aza. As there's first pitch strike. Outfield swung around to the left.
This is one of the few times we will have seen Alejandro face a left-hander, so this should be an interesting test for him.
He didn't give up there. One and two the count.
Cleveland came back to make it 7-5, and that's still early in the game, bottom of the 4th.
And there's a little bloop, caught by Kinsler. 2 down. So 2 out to our third baseman, Brent Morrell. Hitting at .254, a couple of homers. He's driven in 22.
Brent will occasionally bunt, and if he takes a look back at Michael Young, you'll find him well back to third.
That fastball at 96. And a breaking ball. 1-1 to count. Another breaking ball. He's going to get that one over all day. We're in trouble.
Well, especially when you can get the fastball up there as well as he can.
2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball 4 base hit, Brent. Beckham on deck. Broken bat, and that's going to fall for a base hit. So a little duck snort, he'll take it.
Well, at the very least, this pretty much guarantees that the lineup is going to turn over regardless of what Gordon does at this point. Hits the ball right off the end of the bat. Andy Chavez can't get to it. And one of the good things about today's game, Josh Hamilton is not starting.
So here's Beckham at .234, 9 homers and 33 knocked in. Takes that fastball up high. And that fastball for a strike. Holland's got a nice presence out on that mound. One of attack, attack, attack.
Well, this is his third shot at the major leagues. First time up in 09, he was 8-13. Last year, 3-4. He certainly has figured it out this year, and he's figured it out. Number one, I mean, if you can throw 96, that's good. But he's spotting his fastball well, and he's dropping the curveball over the plate at will.
And he's just 24 years old.
Get him in the 25th round.
That's unbelievable.
Pretty good. Really is. Pretty good scouting.
I mean, that's unbelievable.
Unless he grew like 4 or 5 inches.
Well, that sometimes can happen. Well, he just blew him away. And we're into the third, scoreless. Jesse Crane's favorite things basket, which includes autographed spikes and a batting practice jersey, iTunes gift card, a bottle of red wine, a fighting necklace, and much more. Opening bid is $250, so visit whitesox.com/baskets now for a full description of all 6 items and to place your bid. Bidding closes, I should say, at 3 p.m. today. Murphy. Bad feed he gave him, but it's a good thing he's 6'6".
It's a good thing that Gavin is a big man. And watch the look. And you'll see Brent hold on to it a little too long, and Gavin using every bit of his height and the top of his glove to get the ball, get the bag, and record the out. It's a little shaky on the defense, the opening part for Brent, but he scored the winning run last night. And by and large, he's done a good job at first base.
So here's Indy Chavez hitting at .308, 5 homers and 23 driven in. Indy 33 years old now.
He was thinking about laying it down, and Brent Morrell was coming in with a pitch.
Two and one to count.
Maybe Maniac ought to think of getting Ubaldo out of there. Doesn't appear to be his day as he's given back one of those runs.
Well, I think it looked like there was a blown call on a steal by Austin Jackson at second base. He was out and they called him safe, and then Delman Young knocked him in.
That's turning out to be a big addition to that team, and Delman was not doing much with Minnesota, but he seems to be doing a whole lot with the Tigers.
He wasn't doing anything with Minnesota. No. Outfield about equidistant. And the count goes full.
Another one of these Rangers you don't want to put on. And he did have a stolen base last night as he came on to pinch run for Moreland.
And the payoff pitch. First walk issued by Gavin Floyd. And he is 7 for 11.
We did learn something about Kinsler last night, and that is if you throw him a changeup, don't get it up in the zone. In fact, there's very few guys you can throw high changeups to and be effective.
They have a chance to go a long way. Breaking ball strike.
Gavin has worked with Don Cooper, and he worked with him a lot on speeding up his delivery to the plate. Last couple of years, he was very easy to run on. He's made things a whole lot more difficult this year.
There's a little looper in the short center field. And look at the play by Alex. Stayed right with it, didn't give up on it at all, and makes a diving catch. A good play. 2 down.
Rios got a tremendous jump on this one, and that's the only thing that allowed him to get close enough to dive and catch it. Looked like a base hit when it left the bat of Kinsler. But Alex Rios, who had the game-winning hit last night, comes up with a big play here.
So here's Andrus. He also went out to Rios his first trip. Takes it just off the plate. And that's popped up. Alex taking charge, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the third in a scoreless tie. Cooler, Under Armour sweatshirt, autograph cap and jersey, Bass Pro Shop gift card, Portillo's gift card, and much more. Opening bid is $250. So visit whitesox.com/baskets and do it now for a full description of all 6 items to be auctioned off and to place your bid, because it closes at 3 p.m. today. So about an hour and 8 minutes from now. And also, if you're just tuning in to not hear, on Steve's basket and my basket combined with all the goodies in there, also we're going to have dinner with the winner of the bid, and also 4 tickets behind home plate here behind the screen. So get your bids in. 1-1 pitch to Juan Pierre.
Juan has hit lefties pretty well this year. In fact, better than most lefties have hit them. And he hit the ball hard the first time, but right at Murphy.
And he's got a 3-1 count here. It's full.
Brent Lillibridge in the on-deck circle, hoping to move along Juan and hoping he gets on.
Get by. Can't get him. Base hit.
Holland spun around on the mound, and I think that cost him any shot of getting to this one. Now watch Holland. He tries to break the other way, but loose tracks of the baseball. And one beats the play at first as Kinsler comes in with a do-or-die bare hand, gets it over there as quickly as he can. Just not quickly enough.
Did all he could. As here is Lillibridge, struck out, called out on a fastball, inner half. And the results of the examination today of Carlos Quentin is a sprained AC joint in his shoulder, and he is day to day. And he's very fortunate not to have separated that. And if you missed that game last night, here's a beautiful catch. Watch this, and watch the dive.
You hate to lose him for any length of time, but realizing he could have gone on the DL easily, at least we can hope that he gets back ASAP.
Yeah, 3 or 4 more inches towards the tip of the shoulder hitting the ground would have been a definite bad thing.
Yeah, this is your number 2 run producer.
One. Threw that one right by him.
There's Don Cooper, Herm Schneider. Hermie, unfortunately, has been a lot busier than we would have hoped on his particular homestand. You don't want to see your head trainer all that busy this time of year.
Well, you've had AJ, you've had the shot off the forehead of Philip Umber, and now the injury to Quentin. Ball and 2 strikes. Checks it up, fouls it off.
Brent is a very good fastball hitter. What he has to make sure of is that that fastball is in the zone. Because if you do get over anxious, especially down in the count, you have a tendency to expand that zone. And that high fastball at 95, 96, you just don't catch up with. And that's where Holland has spent the entire at bat. Throwing the ball up just at the top or out of the zone.
Just watching our right-handed hitters, he's about 6 inches quicker than he looks. He's sneaky. A slinger's usually a sneaky. That ball hit deep. Murphy looks up. You can put it on the ball. Yes, he hung it and he heard it. It is 2-0 Sox.
He had thrown some high fastballs by him and decided to drop a curveball. That one about waist high, the 11th home run of the year. He's driven in 24. More than that, it's a 2-run lead. Our Ford home run replay. This is a rolling breaking ball that has no bite on it whatsoever. And it's into the pen.
And that is the 17th homer thrown by Derek Holland. So here is Paulie. Takes that fastball downstairs. And the count 2-0. Out and around that one. One down.
Let's take a look at our AT&T trivia question. Which 3 Rangers pitchers have won 20 games in a season? You think about that one? And we'll get back to you a little later in the game.
So here's Rios. They have a swinging bunt single. Takes first pitch strike. Ball hit hard. But Moreland's got it. And that's out number 2. So here is Alexei. Struck out, called out on a good fastball. Of course, with that home run by Littlebridge, the Alex Nelius family will donate $100 to White Sox charities for every Sox homer hit throughout the course of the season. And that is number 122. So $12,200 donated by Alex Nelius in loving memory of Ursula. Two and 0 the count. In and out of our dugout. Three and 1 the count. And that's ball 4. So the first walk issued by Holland. And here comes Tyler. Tyler went out deep to right field, taking Cruz back on the track. Drops a curveball on him.
Outfield very deep all the way around. Infield playing absolutely straight away.
And that fastball a little wide. Two and 1. So advantage Flowers. And now a bigger advantage. 3 balls in the strike.
Earlier in the game, he had a pretty good release point for that curveball. But this inning especially, he's lost the release point.
And that's ball 4.
He's going to bring Mike Maddox out to the mound to talk with him, as all of a sudden the mechanics have gone astray for Holland. Maybe shaken up a bit by the 2-run homer off the bat on Lillibridge. By the way, he has 11 home runs and 154 at-bats. And that's pretty impressive.
Well, Marty Foster out. All right, cinch it up and hunker down, Alejandro. 2 on, 2 out, 2 in. And there's first pitch strike. Alejandro got jammed and hit a little looper to Kinsler at second. Pull the string on him. And him way out in front. Then to count 0-2.
With runners in scoring position, Alejandro's been very good. Been all against right-handers, however.
I almost walked into that one. 2-5-1 for us. 0-1-0 for them. Fights that one off.
Somebody fouled off his foot, so he's walking around a little gingerly.
And once again the 1-2. That changeup up high. Finale of this homestand, off day tomorrow. And Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to tee it up against the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim at the Big A. Mark Burley against Irvin Santana on Tuesday. And another foul. On Wednesday, Zach Stewart against Jared Weaver. Tuesday's game will be over WGN, and Wednesday's game will be over WCIU.
There's a look at Zach with Boom Boom Lillibridge.
Good eye, good take. Full count.
I'd have a lot of confidence to take that last pitch because it was close, but it was down. And now
base hit.
Yeah, now the runners will be going, so.
And there's a base hit. That's going to get the gap. That's going to score a pair. So the double by Alejandro Diaz makes it a 4-0 Sox lead. Yeah. The 2 walks have jumped up and bent Holland right in the behind.
When he got to 3 and 2, it meant that anything in the gap was going to score 2. A fastball, it's out away. No chance for Murphy or Chavez. And Tyler Flowers, with pretty decent speed for a big man, scores easily.
He can move it.
Nice inning. 4.
Don't stop now, boys. Pick him up, Brent. As he takes first pitch strike, Brent had a little duck snort single in the center field. And a count 0-2. Cleveland hitting in the top of the fifth, now trailing 8-6, but they have a couple of guys on. But there's 2 out. Cleveland is trailing 7-0.
Scott Feldman
will not quit.
Thrown in the pen. And the Indians not throwing in the towel.
They will not quit. There goes Diaz. The throw. Safe! Picks up his 3rd stolen base.
There is a man playing like he wants to play a whole lot more. Gets the lead hand in, the call by Vic Carapazza. See the throw, 1 hop, and it was that hop that allowed him to slide in safely.
Every now and then, and I say every now and then, very, very seldom, but I've seen it a few times, the guy will steal third with 2 out, and then there's a wild pitch.
That'd be nice.
As that ball hit hard in the center field, right at Andy Chavez, but the big 2 out, 2-run double by Alejandro Diaz. Sox lead it 4-0.
Four or more with the KFC 10-piece family feast. Just $20.
A pitching ace. Bid on Gavin Floyd's Favorite Things box, which will include an Xbox 360, wireless controller, Xbox games, his favorite music, New York Times crossword puzzles. He likes to do those. Autographed jersey, and much, much more. Opening bid is $250, so visit whitesox.com/baskets and get a full description of all 6 baskets. And place your bid because bidding closes at 3 p.m. today. Michael Young takes up high. It is 4-0 good guys. 4-6-1 for our Sox. 0-1-0 for their Rangers.
And for Gavin Floyd, he's got to forget about the 4-run lead he has and make sure he gets the ball over the plate.
2-0 the count.
This is a team even without Hamilton in the lineup that can score a lot of runs. They can do it in rather quick fashion.
Big hack by the outstanding Michael Young.
A very good straight change. You get the hitter looking for a fastball. He didn't get it.
On the corner to even the count at 2.
The Rangers' career hits leaders, Michael Young leading the parade by plenty. The other guys not likely to get any more hits.
Alexei bobbles it.
That caught him off the end of the finger, and we have to hope that his finger is okay. Because sometimes you can split the finger on a bad hop.
So he picks up his 13th error.
See the hop, and he got his hand in between the ball and the glove. Watch it right there. Hits right off the tip of the finger, but he appears like he's going to be okay.
So Gavin's got to bow his neck right here and pitch over the leadoff arrow. And here's Napoli, has the only Ranger hit. Hit it off the end of the bat, but got it by Alexei up the middle.
That straight change just missed Napoli.
Curveball strike.
Gavin's only thrown a couple of ground balls today. This would be a good time for another one. Is Napoli a good man for 2?
And just off the corner. So 2-1 to count.
Little cutter. Bank of America pitch track shows you that it did not cross the plate. A strike.
And that curveball evens the count at 2.
Now ready to deliver pitch number 55. Not a high total, considering he has 3 strikeouts and a walk.
So a full count. Young on point, takes off. Strike him out. And he steals the bag. Picks up his 5th stolen base.
Gavin reaches back, throws a very good sinking fastball. And a terrific jump by Michael Young. Really no chance at all for Tyler Flowers.
That'll bring up Nelson Cruz, who struck out. Outfield straight up, spread out about equidistant. And he takes strike 1. He takes strike 2. And that ball hit hard in the center field. Alex is there, makes the catch. Ball was tailing away from him.
Alex having quite a day in center field. This ball slicing into the gap. He's measuring it. The ball still moving away, makes the play, and freezes Young at second.
So 2 down. And that'll bring up Mitch Moreland, who struck out a check swing. Out and around that one, hits it hard and yanks it foul.
Follow all of today's stats and info in real time with White Sox In-Game Live only at csnchicago.com. Brought to you by The Great Escape.
Tried to backdoor him and he missed. Tried to backdoor him again, and he missed. So the count 2-1.
Threw that one right in under his hands. A very good pitch in a perfect location.
Now, when you get a guy like Moreland, not that much big league experience, very talented, very dangerous, best place to throw him is underneath his hands. He left that breaking ball out over the plate and got away with it, as Moreland was all over it just underneath it.
But Tyler Flowers goes out. He wants a word with Gavin after that very long but very foul ball.
Funny how that long foul ball is perceived by pitchers. Some of them just it backs them off their fastball. Others, they just smile and laugh.
Well, the veterans just love it because
they just absolutely love it to death.
They're throwing it in off the plate, inviting you to hit it as far as you want because they know you can't keep it fair.
Two out and the 2-2. That's up high. Yeah, I played with a guy who, if you ever hit one foul hard like that, there goes his fastball. All breaking stuff from there on out.
Not a great idea.
Well, he didn't last very long. Payoff pitch. He gone. He pitches over the leadoff error. We go to the bottom of the fourth. We lead it by 4. which includes an Xbox 360, autographed jersey, White Sox t-shirt, magazines, an on-field photo with Matt in September, and much more. Opening bid is $250, so visit whitesox.com/baskets right now for a full description of all 6 baskets and to place your bid, because bidding closes in 36 minutes at 3 p.m. Down low, ball 1 to Beckham. 4 runs on 6 hits, 2 errors for us. No runs on 1 hit, no errors for them. Got that one by him. Beckham struck out. Back in the 2nd inning.
Kevin Floyd's had 1-1-2-3 inning, the first inning. And other than that, made some pretty good pitches when he's had to.
And the Bertucci's, well, those guys are hosting a group of 25 children with vision loss with the Spectrios Institute for Low Vision today. Children also wanted to send a very special thank you to Martial Reinsdorf, Jerry's wife. And that's a base hit. That a boy. That's the way to start it. But they want to send a very special thank you to Martial Reinsdorf for all her support and the fantastic coloring books that she sent them. Martial, a very talented person. So here's Juan Pierre. Juan is 1 for 2. He started off that 4-run third with an infield single.
Rangers bullpen up once again, as Holland has had his problems today. And our offense is certainly taking advantage of it with 7 hits and 3+ innings.
And that is foul. Right thought.
Looks like Juan was trying to slap it by Michael Young, who was in close at third.
Little butcher boy.
That really is an art, to draw the bat back and just
Tony
get it
Fernandez
straight
was
down.
just an absolute wizard. Ozzie was good at that. Ozzie, well, not at first Ozzie wasn't, but his last 5 or 6 years here, he was good at that. As he gets jammed, pops it up, Andrus, and that's out number 1.
Let's take a look at our AT&T trivia question that we asked you earlier. Which 3 Rangers pitchers have won 20 games in a season? And the answer: Fergie Jenkins, Kevin Brown, and Rick Helling. 74, 92, and 98. It's an organization not known for its pitching, but it's pretty good pitching right now.
Fergie Jenkins. Ferguson Jenkins. Boy, what good stuff he had. Wow. People who saw him pitch, the one thing you never hear talked about is how hard he threw. He threw hard. And that ball, that's ripped into right field for a base hit. But Beckham's going to make the turn. Runners at the corners, 1 out. And here comes Paulie. So Lillibridge, who hit that 2-run homer last inning. And if you missed it.
Here's our Xfinity high-speed action replay. And after a steady diet of fastballs, he got a rolling curveball and rolled it out of here. And after the curveball, he got a fastball, drove it into right field. That's also going to drive Holland from the game, as Ron Washington has made his call to the pen.
So Holland will work 3 1/3. He came in 11-4. He departs, and we'll be back.
only from Comcast. Don't miss the action. Call 1-800-XFINITY today. And now our Verizon call to the pen, and it is Scott Feldman. Well, a couple of years ago, was one of the mainstays in the starting rotation. Then he had a couple of injuries, and now he finds himself working out of the pen. He has no record, has an ERA of 2.45 in very limited action. Having just been deemed healthy enough to come back to the big league.
Well, he's 28 years old. He's 6'7", 230 pounds, out of Burlingame, California. And he comes in, runners at the corners, one out, and Paul Konerko at the plate. Paulie 1 for 2. Paulie now just 2 hits shy of 2,000. Feldman in 09, 17-8. Last year, 7-11. Almost hit him. And that's inside. 2-0 the count. With Beckham at third. And Lillibridge at first.
Last winter he had microfracture knee surgery. He's just coming back from that.
Off the end of the bat, base hit. So Lillibridge will make the turn. He'll take it. You don't see him get many of those. And it's a 5-0 Sox lead.
Javier number 85 and 1 hit away from 2,000.
Don't stop now, boys.
That slider just cued off the end of the bat. And because Kinsler was playing up the middle, and because Moreland had to hold close at first, that ball found a hole.
That's first and third for a while. So here's Alex. He's 1 for 2. They're playing behind Konerko. And that's popped up. Two down. And let's check out what's going on here now with the baskets. Mark Burley, Kevin Floyd, Jesse Crane, Matt Thornton. And for those of you who we have 26 minutes left. Something you will not see in a thing. That includes dinner here at the ballpark before a game with Steve and myself. And also 4 tickets behind the screen.
And so far, we'd really like to thank our families for bidding this up. So,
well, last night we got 4,500 today so far. I'm sure it'll be a little higher than that before the 3 o'clock deadline comes.
Just the food alone.
And the seats.
And the seats.
And all the BS that we're going to spread around the table.
And something that I really like is the Sox logo on the Titleist golf balls.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of those.
That's chop foul. And the count 1-1.
Cleveland now has made it an 8-7 game as they've come roaring back against the Tigers.
They were trailing 7-0 in case you're just tuning in. And that is just foul. 1-2 the count. 5-9-2 for us. 0-1-0 for them. Just did get a piece of it. And that's low and away. Come on, Alexei. Pick him up. And another foul.
That one bounced off the screen right in front of Ozzie and Joey.
Got him. He has a couple good pitches to hit. Couldn't do anything with it, but we pick up one. We'll go to the fifth, leading by 5. $5-3, and if you are the 500 texter, you could win $5 footlong subs from Subway. We have completed 4 innings. Sox lead at 5-0. Here in the fifth for the Rangers, it'll be Torrealba, Murphy, and Chavez, lower third of their order.
Derek Holland, who had been red hot, did not fare too well today. 3 1/3 innings, 5 runs on 8 hits, a couple of walks, 3 strikeouts. He had been 5-0 in his last 8 starts.
Torrealba struck out. Takes ball 1. Outfield around to the right. And that evens the count at 1. And there's a base hit. So they pick up their second hit of the ball game. First hit since Napoli led off the second inning with one. But you got to bear down. You cannot let that 5-run lead. This is a quick strike offense. They can put 4 or 5 on the board before the opposing team can get somebody up in the bullpen. Murphy got 3-1. Takes that fastball strike. 1-1 to count. 29-year-old outfielder.
There you see the pitch breakdown last inning. A few problems, but that was caused by a leadoff error, and Gavin pitched his way through it.
And that's out of play left side. That ball hit hard. Piazza, he's there. And that's out number 1. And check out the update on the baskets now. Mark Burley up to 1750. Gavin Floyd. Matt Thornton. So here's Andy Chavez. Chavez drew a walk, the only one issued by Floyd thus far.
There's a look at Mark Burley, who is leading the parade in basket bids.
Could not check it up. Mark Burley is something special. He has not changed a bit since he first came and put a White Sox uniform on. He is the same wonderful personality. Two and one.
And what a manager knows when you've got Mark Burley on your team is you can hand him the baseball. You're going to get at least 200 innings, and you're going to get a quality outing just about each and every outing.
That's off his foot. So 2 balls, 2 strikes.
One of the things you really can't say about a whole lot of pitchers is that he'll keep you out of the bullpen and keep you in the game. I would say 90% of the time, maybe more in a given season.
Probably closer to 94, 5%.
I mean, that's just, when you can do that, you're invaluable to a team. He's been invaluable to this team.
Well, he's helped Johnny Danks out. He's helped other guys over his career out. Set all kind of franchise records. As that has popped up, and nobody's going to get there. So the count hangs at 2-2. But what Burley does, the positive baggage that he brings to the ballpark every day. The only thing you can say is you wish you had 25 guys like that. He loves to have fun on the field.
Well, you can't really tell by the expression on his face or anything else about him what an intense competitor he is. But he is that.
Full count to Chavez with Kinsler on deck. He can hit his way on. And that is chopped foul.
Covers did a nice job on a defensive cut. He was protecting all the way, just reached out and made sure he kept the at-bat alive because it was too close to take.
One hopper. Beckham up. That strong arm of Gordon Beckham got the speedy Indy Chavez. We're halfway home, leading 5-0. Tyler Flowers will lead it off against the 6'7" right-hander Scott Feldman. And that's up the middle into center field. So Tyler now 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. And with 12 minutes, 11 minutes left, the updates on the baskets. And again, they won with Hawkins Steve basket. When you're checking it out, that does not include the dinner with Steve and myself, and also 4 tickets to the game.
And Mark Burley is pulling away, which is good because that's more money raised.
Over 7,000 so far. As Diaza had the big hit of this ball game. That 2-out, 2-run double, making it a 4-run lead. That complemented the 2-run homer by Lillibridge in the 3rd.
And that's just about what every left-hand hitter wants to do to show his manager that he can hit left-hand pitching. That, and the fact obviously was 2 more runs, but that's important because you come to the big leagues as a younger player, you haven't established yourself yet, and automatically you're in a platoon system unless you're just exceptional.
Well, he's got the talent. We've never seen Diaza when he looked bad. Of course, the only time we've seen him, the cup of coffee up here a couple times, and then the spring training.
Yeah, I know he seems to make every play. He's got good enough speed to steal bases.
Sure. Yeah, got the whole deal. The 1-2 pitch. Just got a piece of it.
Here's our AT&T U-verse multi-view. You'll get a shot at center field. Scott Feldman against Alejandro Diaza. You'll take a look at Alejandro from the side. Then looking down the line at Michael Young. And you get a chance to see Tyler Flowers. take a good lead at first.
There he goes. Bobbles, picked up, controlled, and thrown out. So one down. But the odds has just turned 27. And again, that window of 26, 27, 28, the guys who have talent, that usually determines whether you get over the hump or you don't.
You get that opportunity, and you don't know how many you're going to get in the major leagues. But when you do get them, you just have to take advantage of them, because there might be somebody come up that moves ahead of you. But as long as you're playing, you're the guy that day. And if it's the next day, just keep on producing, and you're going to get more play.
So here's Morel. He's 1 for 2. Last time up, he hit a shot right to Chavez in center field. That breaking ball chased it, and the count evens at 1. Indians hitting in the top of the 7th, trailing 8-7, but they have the leadoff man aboard. 2-1 to Morel with Beckham on deck. And it's 3-1. And that's ball 4. So now 2 on 1 out, and here's Beckham, who's 1 for 2 with a run scored. And 2 good defensive plays.
Well, when Gordon has been hitting the ball, he's been hitting it to right field, and the best arm by far is Nelson Cruz in right field. So you're going to run on Murphy, you're going to run on Chavez. You have to pick your spots with Cruz.
The 0-1 pitch. And there's a little blooper. It's going to fall into center field. So now they're going to hold Flowers. So Gordon now 2 for 3. Sacks packed 1 out. And that'll bring up Juan Pierre.
We'll bring Mike Maddox out to the mound once again. As this fastball gets a little too much of a plate, Gordon doesn't get a lot of it, but gets enough of it. It looked like Tyler had to hold up somewhat to make sure that one was going to fall. And that's why Jeff Cox held him at third.
Pierre is 1 for 3, an infield single and a run scored.
With their loss yesterday, the Rangers lost a full game to the Angels. They come in with a 5-game lead. And they've got 2 more series to go with the Angels.
And 5 minutes left to go into bidding for the baskets. The corner's in close. And 1 takes strike 1. Outfield swung well around to the left. About equidistant. Cruz way over into right center field. One can get one down the line. Everybody's going to score. There's a count, 1-1. Big pitch right here. And that's just foul. Dadgummit. Just foul.
That's an easy 3 runs if that gets between Moreland and the bag. Juan Pierre would have had 40 driven in, but for the fact that it was about 2 feet foul.
So 1-2. Lillibridge on deck. He's 2 for 3 with a 2-run homer. And just got a piece of that one.
Feldman got away with a high breaking ball. He was fortunate to do that.
And that's fair. They'll score a pair.
I think Michael Young can't believe that Vic Carapazza called it fair. He was standing on the line, and yet that ball got between him and the bag.
He's saying it went over the bag. Meanwhile, it's 7-0.
Take another look at it. Looked like it caught the front corner of the bag.
Yeah, that's a good call.
That's a very good call. And it's RBIs 38 and 39. And now they're going to check with Marty Foster. Looked to me like Carapazza might have had a better look at it. Now all 4 umpires. There's no way at first or at second that you can make this call.
No.
The best look by far was Carapazza. Take another look and watch the corner of the bag. Watch where the ball hits. And right there, it goes over the corner of the bag.
That's a fair ball. Good call. So 2 in, 2 on. Still 1 out. Don't stop now, boys. As Brent Lillibridge will be the hitter.
There's a don't stop now, boys sign. Except for the first inning, where this lineup had a couple of singles, didn't take advantage of. They've taken advantage of every other opportunity to score.
Grant 2 for 3. And here's what he did. Back in the 3rd inning with Juan Pierre aboard. Blew it out of here for his 11th homer. And the count 0-2. Konerko on deck, probably 1 hit short of 2000. Napoli does a good job keeping it in front of him. Ball also just one hit short of being the 13th player in history to record his 2000th hit in a White Sox uniform. Some pretty impressive names on that list. And to count 2-2, Jim Thome, Frank Thomas, Tim Raines, Carlton Fisk, Lee Aparicio, Nellie Fox, Lou Kaplan, Jimmy Dykes, Al Simmons, Harry Hooper, Eddie Collins, and George Davis.
Some good names. I'd like to see Paulie do it here and get a standing ovation from this crowd.
And a full count. Payoff. Dropped the hook on him. He knew it. And 2 out.
Good curveball. Right over the middle.
So here's Konerko. 2 for 3 with an RBI. Now it's 85 of those. Curveball misses. Seven, 12, and 2 for us. 0-2-0 for them. That ball hit hard. Stretch. And Chavez runs it down. Nice play by Andy Chavez, who got a good jump. And that'll retire the side, but 2 more across the plate. We're into the 6th, leading by 7. In a matchup at Safeco Field. Coverage begins at 8:30 with Felco. White Sox pregame live Friday at 8:30 only on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend. 7-0 good guys here in the top of the 6th inning. It'll be the top of the order.
And Gavin Floyd is sailing right along. He's limited them to 2 harmless singles. Both leading off innings, and both no problem to pitch over.
Kinsler, Andrus, and Young. Little slider strike. Curveball. Pops him up. Alex. And 1 down. 3 times now Kinsler has gone out to Rios.
Alex has 6 fly balls hit to him today in center field. That's a busy day.
Andrus takes first pitch strike. Second pitch strike.
Ready to deliver pitch number 85. The vast majority have been in the strike zone.
Just to get a piece of that one. Tigers hitting in the bottom of the 7th, leading the Indians 8-7. Just tuning in, Indians were trailing 7-0. 1-2. Not too fine, not too fine. Had him 0-2. It is now 3-2. $25,033. And there's another foul.
And a broken bat.
No walks, Gavin. Alexei, 2 down. So here's Michael Young. He is 0 for 2. Robbed of a base hit on just a beautiful play by Beckham. And if you missed it, that's in the first inning.
Didn't think he could get to it. Once he got to it, didn't think he could throw him out. He did both.
Yeah, curveball strike.
Uncle Young second in the American League in hitting behind Adrian Gonzalez. Casey Kochman having a big year for Tampa Bay. And Martinez and Cabrera, both of the Tigers, swing the bat very well, as
Kochman,
they normally do.
This is the first year in his career that he's ever come close to realizing the potential everybody thought he had.
I mean, everybody realized he was a good hitter, but because he wasn't a power guy, he was playing a power position, and he'd get little shots, but never get the big shot. Now he's getting the full shot, and he's doing quite a job.
2 out, the 2-2 pitch. He gone. He knew it. 6 strikeouts now for Gavin, and we'll go to the bottom of 6th, leading by 7.
Have to remember it to love it. Prices and participation may vary. For a limited time, a la carte only.
It's the bottom of the 6th. Sox with 7 runs on 12 hits. Rangers no runs on 2 hits. Gavin Floyd has just been scintillating today. 2 little singles. Only 1 walk. So here's Rios. Alex is 1 for 3. He's made 2 good catches in center field.
Things don't get much easier for these Texas Rangers, because when they leave here, they go back home, but Boston comes in for 4.
One out.
After Boston, it's the Angels for a weekend series, and then Tampa Bay for 3 before they go to Boston and Tampa Bay. So it's a very tough stretch of games for Texas as they try to hold off the Angels.
Well, they're 16 over at home. They're 39-23. So here's Alexei.
The Angels right now have a 2-0 lead on Baltimore in the bottom of the 2nd. And if this holds up and that holds up, they will have gained 2 games in 2 days on Texas.
Now, Texas has played the Red Sox 3 times, and they swept them. Texas swept Boston. Texas played Cleveland 7 times, and they won 6 of those. They had played the Angels 13 times and won 7 of those.
They got 2 series left with the Angels, and they won't be easy.
No, the Angels are a little better equipped right now than they were earlier.
And Trumbo is starting to hit, and hit in meaningful games.
Well, everybody thought that Trumbo was going to hit. Good looking. There's a breaking ball strike. Rangers are 26-13 in their division. And you've got to play well in your own division unless something very strange happens. The 2-2 pitch. There's a Metabaticola.
Well, the bat and the ball got to Young almost the same time. So you got to field the ball, avoid the bat, and make the throw. See the bat head and the baseball going in the same direction. And Young had to watch the bat actually cross over the flight of the ball.
So here's Tyler. Flowers is 1 for 2. A walk, a single, couple runs scored. Started off that 2-run fifth with a base hit. Well, we're going to go out to play the Angels. 2 games. We're going to get Santana and Weaver. They're going to get Burley and Stewart. And then we go to Seattle for 3. And then after that, as that hit him. And then after that road trip, we come home. Breathe 3-game set with Minnesota, but it's the first of 26 consecutive games inside our division. 3 with Minnesota at home, then we go to Detroit for 3, then to Minnesota for 3. Then we come back home, Cleveland for 4, Detroit for 3. Then we go to Kansas City for 4 and Cleveland for 3. Come back home with Kansas City for 3. And then Toronto, the final 3 games of the season here. Piazza has been a horse today, coming up with a big 2-out, 2-run double back in the 4th inning to make it a 4-0 Sox lead.
Tough part of that schedule is that a Sunday game has been changed to a night game on the 4th into a split doubleheader in Minnesota on the 5th.
Well,
how much
it's not against the rules, and there's no control we have.
So the doubleheader on the 5th, first game starts at 1, second game starts at 7.
I got nothing else to do.
Nope.
Yes, he did. And that'll do it. We're into the 7th, leading by 7. Sportsnet. Tune in as the Fire go for a win against Toronto FC at Toyota Park. Fire Toronto FC tonight at 6. Only on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend. Gavin Floyd
still rolling right along with his 2-hitter.
It'll be Napoli, Cruz, and Moreland here in the top of the 7th inning. Two 2-0 the count. Napoli has singled. That was leading off the 2nd inning, and then he struck out in the 4th. We have stranded 9 in this game. They have stranded 2. And that's chop foul. So 2-1 to count. This will be pitch number 97. And that evens the count at 2 with a good hook.
Gavin's thrown a lot of the breaking balls today right at the left shoulder of the right-hand hitters and broken them over the inner portion of the plate. That's something he usually does.
No walks, Gavin. Ball hit hard right at Alex. Hang Wolfram.
His busy day continues.
So here's Cruz. Struck out in the 2nd. Then in the 4th, hit a shot into right center field that Alex ran down. That was a fine catch. And 1 to count for the 31-year-old outfielder. 26 homers and 78 knocked in. And the count 0-2. One and 2. Outfield straight up. Jammed him. Muscles it out there into deep right center field. Diaza makes the catch for out number 2. And let's check out the final totals for the basket auction. Wow. Wow.
Wow is right.
We're going to really have to have a lot of
We're going to have to eat for
BS.
We're going to have to eat for a month. we're gonna
tell us some lies.
We're going to have to keep on eating.
We will have a good time at dinner, though. Whoever got that bid, we will have a good time. Thank you very much. And White Sox Charities.
Wow.
Every penny goes to White Sox Charities.
I'll tell you what, I didn't know Mike Leary had that kind of money.
he better have with Emerson. In fact, we're going to throw in another thing. For that kind of money, we're going to let them come up. We're going to have dinner, have a nice dinner, and then have them come up to the booth for an inning and sit in the booth.
That'd be true for that kind of money?
Yeah.
They can have the booth.
Yes. That's awesome.
Thank you. That was a huge surprise.
That's a fair ball. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. 7th inning stretch. 7-0. Good guys. Brent Morrell will lead it off here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Takes first pitch strike from the 6'7" right-hander Scott Feldman. Feldman. We've seen him against us. He's into his 4th inning now. When he was really good, we had no chance, and we've seen him when he had no chance.
Well, a couple of years ago, he was a mainstay, and it looked like he would be at the top of their rotation for some time. But with some chronic knee problems, he finally gave way to knee surgery. Now he's trying to fight his way back.
1-2 the count to Brent, who is 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. And that one's chop foul. Jeff Cox will make himself a new friend. Have to hold up the game a little bit while they get Coxie back in the box.
Yeah, it's going to take a while to do that.
And the count 2-2. And a reminder, off day tomorrow, then Tuesday night. Make your plans to be with us. That game will be over WGN from the Big A in Anaheim. Mark Burley against Urban Santana. Then on Wednesday, Zach Stewart against Jared Weaver. And that game over WCIU. Count hangs at 2 balls, 2 strikes with Beckham on deck. Gordon's had a good day. 2 for 3, a run scored. And he has made 2 outstanding plays at second base. Kept his hands inside that one for the chopper 2 hopper. 1 out. Have yourself a real good day for Sully. Gordon and Grace and Gwen. Gordon's mom and sisters. And for the second. Sully, I'm still waiting for those cheese straws.
They're coming.
Chris Sale. Oh, he just missed that one. Little pop up now. He was just a hair quick. Hair later, and he's liable to hit that ball out of here. Meanwhile, 2 down. Back to the top of the order, Juan Pierre. Juan's 2 for 4. Jim Angio's big click. Then the crew. Outfield way around to the left. Is that breaking ball? That's low. Tigers hitting in the bottom of the 8th. Man on second base, nobody out. Peralta at the plate, and they lead Cleveland 8-7.
Benoit got out of a big jam in the top of the 8th with runners at second and third.
Benoit's been getting touched up a little bit.
Yes, he has. He had a difficult time getting the ball to Valverde. Normally when they do get it to Valverde in a save situation, he does well. In a non-save situation, he gets hammered.
And this is not going to take long. 1, 2, 3. And we'll go to the 8th. final tally is in $27,200. 97 cents raised this afternoon. Janet, thank you very much, and we will look forward to having dinner with you.
And 1,000 of your favorite friends.
With, and also joining us in the booth during the game for an inning. $27,000. We got 31,000 plus last night. So 58,000, almost $59,000 in 2 nights. We should do this more often.
Just a very successful charity week.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of thought put into it, a lot of work done by our folks in the front office, and goes for such a number of great charities.
That's the
we
thing.
really thank them.
White Sox give a tremendous amount of money away to a number of charities each and every year. No walks. Come back and get it. There's one. Torrealba has struck out and singled. He has one of the 2 Texas hits. And a full count. That ball smoked for a base hit into center field. So you've got 2 of the 3 hits. And that was pitch number 110. So here comes Ozzie, and he's going to the pen. So what a job by Gavin Floyd, Steve.
I just thought he was terrific. He gave up 3 singles, and that was it. His offense supported him with 7 runs and 12 hits, but Gavin kept getting the ball over the plate. And he gets a standing ovation from a very appreciative crowd. So we'll be back after these messages. Tomorrow, got to get some of those pensmen some work. And Sale comes on for the 47th time, a 2-1 record, an ERA that has been slowly shrinking. It's 2.70. You can see the opposition hitting just 2.07. He inherits Torrealba at first, and nobody out here in the 8th inning.
Well, we mentioned earlier this Texas offense, they are good. It's a quick strike offense. And after the job in throwing 110 pitches that Gavin did, Ozzie went right to the left-hander. So here's Murphy. He's 0 for 2. Breaking ball off the plate. And the fastball strike, that at 95. You're just tuning in, Sox, with 4 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 2 in the fifth. Just one home run in this ball game by us, and that was by Brent Lillibridge. Got us on the board in the third inning. Pierre led off with an infield single, and then boom, he got a hanger and hurt it. The 2-1. Evens the count. Controlled, and he got it. That ball was scalded. Got a piece of Beckham, too.
A nice job by Gordon staying in front of it and realizing that he did have some time because it's hit so hard. Bounced off his head, but he's still able to make the play.
So here's Endy Chavez. He has walked and then hit into a 5-4-3 double play. Good breaking ball. A double play turn on the speedy Chavez only because of the strong arm of Beckham. There's a base hit on a breaking ball. Just flips it out there into right field.
That was actually a real nice piece of hitting because that sidearm slider that Sale throws to left-hander starts behind him. And he was able to stay right with it and just flick it into right field.
Well, that is actually a good technique on a breaking ball of that breakage.
Yep. You don't see many of them like that.
No. So here's Kinsler. And that's into center field. Watch out. Alex will get it back in, and that's 2 down. Four times Kinsler has gone out to Alex Rios in this ball game.
He's had 8 putouts in center field. Can't remember a center fielder getting that much work in a single game. Jason Frazier starts loosening up.
And there's a strike to even the count at 1. There's a breaking ball. Two on, 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And there is a souvenir right side. 7, 12, and 2 for us, 0-4 and 0 for them. Top of the 9th inning. Valverde on. Tigers leading 8-7 Indians with a man aboard and nobody out. Make it 2 on as Valverde just drilled, I believe it was Jason Donald. As there is ball 4, bases loaded. And here is a man you don't want to see in this. As I mentioned, this is a very quick strike offense. They can get you for 4 or 5 in a hurry. Young is 0 for 3 today. And there's a strike.
That was a good snapping slider. Career with the bases loaded. It's a lot like what Michael Young does most every year.
That one, a changeup, and the count 0-2. Lays off that one downstairs. Mike Napoli on deck. And there's a chopper to Hopper. Yes! And that'll retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th, still leading 7-0.
The homestand is over, and with the day off tomorrow, then we head to Anaheim to play the Angels for 2. And Thursday off, go to Seattle for 3 before coming home against the Twins, a very short homestand. And then yet another off day, and it's the Tigers in Detroit. We do have some defensive changes we will tell you about.
But right now, it'll be Brent Lillibridge to lead it off. He is 2 for 4. 2-run homer and a hard single to right field. That moved Beckham over to third, and then Paulie knocked him in. So you're going to see Paulie. There's another base hit by Lillibridge. And Paulie sitting on 1,999 hits.
And just missed getting 2,000 last time up in the 5th.
A single in the first, a single in the fourth. That knocked in a run. Takes first ball. Strike. And that gets away. So really good.
There was no chance for Napoli that time.
One and one to count to Konerko.
David Murphy slides over to right field. Craig Gentry in center field. And Andy Chavez in left field. Detroit just won the ball game on a fly ball to center field and a throw out at the plate. Austin Jackson on a short fly threw a strike. And the game ended on a tag play at the plate.
Austin Jackson has played super against us. So 1-2 the count. Michael Young picks it up and throws him out. So one down. That'll bring up Alex Rios. Alex 1 for 4. That's single. Swinging bunt single back in the first inning. Checks it up. Top of the ninth in Houston. Giants have come back to tie the Astros at 4. It was 4-0. And the count 2-0. Turn him loose. No chance. 3-1 to count. It's full. For the Rangers in their top of the ninth inning, it'll be Napoli, Cruz. Let's check that. Cruz is not there. It will be Gentry and Moreland. Just got a piece of that. And Lillibridge standing at second base with those 3 hits today. He got his average up to 264 to go along with those 11 homers and 24 knocked in.
He has been the jack of all trades.
That ball hit deep, way back. Chavez looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes, the ball off the bat of Alex Rios. That's his 8th, and it is a 9-0 ball game. Mercy.
Alex is having a whale of a day, catching everything in sight, driving in runs 30 and 31. Our Ford home run replay. That ball stayed right over the middle of the plate, and Alex hit it a mile.
So here's Alexei. That's into left field. Chavez trying to run it down. He's there, and foul ground makes the catch. 2 down. There's Tyler Flowers. Tyler's 1 for 2, a single, a walk, and 2 runs scored. There's a bullet. Boy, that ball was scalding. So the big man, he can move it. Picks up his third 2-bagger.
The Tyler Flowers can really hit the ball hard. And Mike Maddox is coming out. This is the definition for Scott Feldman of taking one for the club. He just crushes this ball.
He can do that. That home run by Rios, though, was his first homer here at home since May 21st.
Been a long time. He saved it up. That one was hit a long way.
Well, you can do that. So here's Diaza. Had a big 2-run double, 2-out 2-run double back in the third. That made it 4-0. And the count 2-0. (9-15-2) for our guys, 0-4-0 for their guys in the rubber match of this 3-game set. And there's a base hit off the glove, so here comes Tyler Hill scoring. It's a 10-0 lead.
third run batted in today by Diaza, who's got 8 this year. Line drive. Looked for a minute like Kinsler was going to make the catch, and he just misjudged it.
Yeah, he should have made that play. Yeah. He'd be the first one to tell you. So here's Morrell. Brent's 1 for 3. A single, a walk, and a run scored. Takes first pitch strike. After 8, Minnesota Yankees shutting out the Twins 3-0. Boston leading Kansas City 6-1. Bottom of the 8th at Kauffman Stadium. There's a strike. Pittsburgh leading Cincinnati 4-3. That's in the top of the 9th. Washington has come back to tie the Phillies at 3, top of the 8th. And D.C. Count hangs at 1-2. Bottom of the 6th in Denver. Dodgers leading the Rockies 3-2. Angels 6, Baltimore 0. So that holds true. The Angels are going to move to 4 games back of Texas. That's low and away. 3 finals. Milwaukee beat the Mets 6-2 at City Park. Atlanta shuts out the D-backs 1-0. Tim Hudson 13-7 with a 3.01 over Coleman.
And Kimbrel with 39 saves.
Valverde's got 37.
That last one should have gone to Austin Jackson.
Tampa Bay beat the Mariners 8-7. Kyle Farnsworth 5-1 with a 1.84. Got the win. And the 2-2 pitch. There's a chopper 2 hopper. And that'll retire the side, but a crooked number goes up on that board. We'll go to the 9th leading 10-0. Nightly on GMC Sportsnet Central. Coming up tonight at 10, a complete wrap-up of today's game and a look at all the divisional races. So join Mark and Kip for GMC Sportsnet Central tonight at 10, only on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Jason Frazier comes into the game at 3-2, on for the 55th time. The ERA 3.5, and he's protecting a 10-run lead.
And this will be a good day. It sets up the off day tomorrow to be a real good off day. Go down and play a great golf course at Lost Dunes tomorrow. Some of the greatest greens I've ever seen. And there's a strike. Napoli is 1 for 3. He singled, leading off the second, struck out in the fourth, and then leading off the seventh, hit a bullet right to Rios in center field. Two and two. Come on, Jason, no walks. And him 0-2 is now 3-2. He gone.
Reached back, got a little something extra on a good fastball. 94 from the sun to the shadows. Very tough to see. Very tough to hit.
So here's Gentry. He's hitting .253. No homers, 7 RBIs. Takes it up high. That one at 95. Jason's amazing. He's a very small guy.
I was going to say, not a big man, not a heavy man, and yet he's got a big arm.
Oh, he's got a big arm. And the count 1-2.
What makes his fastball look so much better is that he's got a terrific straight change.
He gone. 2 down. Well, the hardest thrower in the history of baseball. A guy named Steve Dalkowski was a little guy.
Well, their fastball, Bank of America pitch tracks. Gentry can't believe it. Son, it's 10-0.
So here's Moreland. He's 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Threw that one right by him at 95. 25,033. They've had a lot to cheer about today. Early on, too. Sox scored 4 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, 3 in the eighth. Couple of home runs. By Lillibridge and Rios. And the count 0-2.
Last two starting pitchers, Danks and Floyd, have just completely shut down a very good Ranger lineup.
Just got a piece of it. And another souvenir. '25-year-old Mitch Moreland. Game 1 had 2 home runs, a 3-run shot, and a 2-run blast. One and 2 the count. Put that changeup on him right here. Now. He gone. He strikes out the side, and this ball game is over. So the Sox shut out the Rangers. Rangers only for the 6th time this year have been shut out with this offense they have, and Gavin Floyd was just stupendous.
He started out throwing the ball exceptionally well, and it never really stopped. Through 7+ innings, gave up only 3 singles, was in control. His offense backed him up today. Just a great day all the way around. All Sox from almost the beginning to the end.
Well, Lillibridge really did a good job getting us off with that 2-run homer in the 3rd inning after Juan Pierre led it off with an infield single. But let's check out our GMC player of the game. It is our 28-year-old 6'6", 240-pound right-hander Gavin Floyd. His record now 11-10. He went 7+, giving up no runs, 3 hits, 1 walk, had 6 strikeouts. Our GMC player of the game. So the Sox now will have an off day, a beautiful off day tomorrow, weather permitting, and then tomorrow evening head on out to the Big A in Anaheim for 2 games with the Angels. Mark Burley on Tuesday night against Irvin Santana, and on Wednesday Zach Stewart against Jared Weaver, and then another off day after that, and we'll go to Seattle and take on the Mariners for 3 games there. But right now let's go down to field level.
Sarah Cusack here in front of the White Sox dugout with Brent Lillibridge. Brent, you got this big offensive day started with your 2-run home run. You came up through the ranks as a guy hitting to get on base. In the last 3 seasons, you combined for 3 home runs, and today was your 11th. What's changed about your approach at the plate?
The biggest thing is just seeing something over the plate to drive, battling with 2 strikes when I can. Really worked hard that count to try to get something over the plate, and he was able to hang a pitch, and I was able to hit square and keep it fair. And that was a big deal to get a start for Gavin. I mean, obviously Gavin needed absolutely no runs, basically just 1 to get it over with, but it was big and we got us rolling.
You talk about that. Holland gives you 4 fastballs in the mid-90s. You saw a very different pitch in the one that you took out. What did you see out of that? And was that one that you were looking for?
No, you're usually just looking for, when a guy's throwing that hard, you're just looking fastball, and if they throw a breaking ball over the plate, you got to just take a chance and try to foul it off or put it in play, and it worked out good. It took a good swing at it, and the results are always great when it goes over the fence, but the big thing is obviously, getting that going, and Gavin was just cruising from that on.
You get started as an infielder. You refine your skills as an outfielder. Now you make your 7th start of the season at first base. How comfortable are you now feeling at that position?
Not at all, but I'll keep on fooling people over there and get Paulie until he's healthy and ready to go back out there. But it's a big win, a big series for us to get us back in there and win a series against a great team that's going to be in the playoffs. So hopefully it continues on after the day off and we go on the road for a West Coast swing, and we'll see how it goes.
All right, congrats, Brent. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. So good job, Sarah. So for my partner, Steve Stone, our director, Jim Angiu, our producer, Mike Leary, our associate producer, Chris Kamka, our technical manager, Mark Harper, the executive producer, Jim Corno Jr., also for the mayor, Mean Joe Groove, and up here in the booth, Mike Mayer and Frank D'Amato. This is a Hawk. So long, everybody.